Welcome. So the topic we will be discussing in this lecture is circular linked list. So in the last uh, two classes we have discussed about singly linked list and doubly linked list, and we have discussed like various operations: insertion, deletion, displaying the contents, adding a node to the end of a list. All these things, how it should be done in a singly linked list and how it should be done in a doubly linked list. Those things we have discussed. So the topic of today's class is circular linked list. Again, there are two types of circular linked list. Circular, it can be a circular singly linked list or it can be a circular doubly linked list. That is, the singly linked list can be a circular one, or else the doubly linked list also can be a circular one. Okay. So in this lecture we'll be basically discussing about how to implement a circular singly linked list. Okay, that is, we'll be implementing a singly linked list as a circular list. Okay, fine. So what is meant by a circular linked list? So in case of singly linked list, if the singly linked list is said to be circular, the singly linked list is said to be circular if the last node is pointing to the first node. The singly linked list is said to be circular if the last node is pointing to the first node. Okay, so better I will show you through a diagram. Yes. Okay, so you can see this diagram here, this part, whatever. Fine. So this diagram you can see. So this is basically a singly linked list, but this singly linked list is a circular list. The singly linked list is a circular list. Here you can see there are 5 nodes, and each node has a data part and one pointer part. The pointer part of every node is pointing to the next node. The pointer part of the first node is pointing to the second node. The pointer part of the second node is pointing to the third node, and the pointer part of the third node is pointing to the fourth node, and the pointer part of the fourth node is pointing to the fifth node, and the pointer part of the fifth node is pointing to the first node. Okay, so this is the reason why we call it as a circular linked list. Okay, because it is in circular fashion. That the normally in a single linked list, the last node will point to null, but here that is not the case. The last nodes, I mean, in a normal singly linked list, the last node's next pointer will point to null, but here that is not the case. Here the last node's next pointer will point to the first node. That is, it will point to wherever head points, and where head points, head will always point to the first node. Okay, so this is how we define a circular singly linked list. Okay, a circular singly linked list is a singly linked list whose last node's next pointer points to the first node. That's it. This is the definition of a circular singly linked list. Okay, a circular singly linked list is a linked list. Is a singly linked list whose next pointer of the last node points to the first node. Okay, fine. So this is the scenario if there are more than one nodes in the linked list. Okay, but assume that the linked list contains only one node. Consider that the linked list contains only one node. If the linked list is having only one node, then the head will point to that node, right? Okay, this is the first node, and the first node's next pointer will point to itself. Okay, the first node's next pointer will point to itself. That is, it will point wherever the head points. Okay, so if a circular singly linked list contains only one node, then it will look something like this. That is, I mean, you can visualize it something like this. That is, the first node's next pointer will point to itself. Okay, right? If a circular singly linked list does not have any node, then it is as usual. Head will be equal to null. Head will point to null. Okay. Any linked list, if it is not having any nodes, if the linked list is empty, whether it is a singly linked list or a doubly linked list or a circular singly linked list, in all cases, if the linked list does not have any nodes, then the head will point to null. Okay. So this is the case if the linked list is totally empty, and this is the case if the linked list contains only one node. If there is only one node, then the head will point to the that node, that is the first node, and the first node's next will point to itself. If there are more than one nodes, then the head will point to the first node, and every other node's next pointer will point to the next node, and the last node's next pointer will point to the first node. Okay. So this is how we define the singly linked list, right? Okay. Yeah. So let us continue with our discussion. Okay. So as we discussed in the diagram, if there are no nodes in the linked list, if there are no nodes in a circular singly linked list, then as usual the head should point to null. Okay. If there is one node in the linked list, if there is one node in the circular linked list, then the head will point to the first node, and there is only one node, that is the first node, and the first node's next pointer will point to head. Okay, that is head point again, head is pointing to the first node, that is it is pointing to itself. First node's next pointer is pointing to the first node itself. Okay, but we don't have, but normally we can refer it as head, first node arrow next equal to head. Okay, right. If there are more than one node, then what is the scenario? Then the head will point to the first node, and the last node's next will point to the head. Point to head means what? It is not actually pointing to head. The last node's next will point where head points. Okay, that is the meaning. Here it is not pointing to head. We are assigning last node's next equal to head means the last node's next will point where head is pointing. Where head is pointing? Head is pointing to the first node. Okay, ignore these caps, small, all these things. Okay, it's just for understanding. Okay, so similarly here also first node's next is pointing to where head is pointing. Where head is pointing to the first node. So first node's next is pointing to the first node itself. Okay, right. So this is how this is the basic understanding of circular singly linked list. Right. Now let us see how to implement circular singly linked list, and how to perform various operations like adding nodes to the end of the list, inserting nodes, inserting a node after a specific node, deleting a node, displaying the contents of the, displaying all the nodes of the linked list. All these things let us see. Okay, how to define a node in a circular linked list, in a circular singly linked list. So the node definition, there is no change. The node definition is same as that of how you define the node in the singly linked list. Struct node int data, struct node star next, close the bracket for structure. That's it. Okay. So how we created, how we defined the node for a singly linked list, the same way we can define the node for circular singly linked list also. Okay. In the same way, define the node. Okay. Define the node and also create a head pointer. Struct node star head and make it to point to null. So up to this it is very similar to that of a normal singly linked list, right? Now let us see how we can add nodes to the end of a circular singly linked list. Okay, how to add node to the end of the circular singly linked list. Okay, so here there are two cases. Adding nodes, we will be discussing under two cases. Case one is adding node to an empty list. You are trying to add a new node to the circular linked list. Okay, but whatever the new node you want to add, that is the first node. It means there is no other node in the linked list. Then how you should add? That is the first case we will be discussing. Okay. Second case is the node that you want to add is not the first node. It may be a second node, third node, or fourth node, or anything else. Okay. So the new node is created. Let us assume the new node is called as temp, and assume its data part contains the value x. Okay. Its data part contains the value x. Okay. And new node we will always add to the end of the list. Okay. New node we will always add to the end of the list. So if it is added to the end of the list, its last pointer should point where? It should point to head. Okay. So So if it is the first node, if this is the first node, then we will not make it to point to head, okay, because already head is null, so let us leave this, okay. But if this is not the first node, then you can assign this next to head, okay. So time being, let us not go to the next pointer. Let us assume that a new node is created and its data pod contains the value x. Now we want to add this new node to the linked list, okay. But before adding, you have to check whether this is the first node or is it any other node, okay. So how do you check whether this node is the first node or not? If this is the first node, then the list should be already empty, right? Only if previously the linked list is empty, then only this new node will become the first node. So when the linked list will be empty, if you go back to the previous slides, if there is no nodes in the list, then what is the condition? The condition is head is equal to null. If head is equal to null, then it means that the linked list is empty, okay. So that is what you have to check. So if head is equal to null, it means the linked list is currently empty. Then this is the only one node the linked list will be having. Then head should point where? In that case, this is the first node, so head should point to here. That means head should point where temp is pointing. It means head should point where temp is pointing. So just say head is equal to temp. It means that head is pointing where temp is pointing. That's the meaning, right? And where this, now you say where this next should point, the next should point to itself, okay. So now we can say temp arrow next. Temp is this node itself, its next should be equal to head. Now head is pointing to the first node, okay. So temp arrow next is equal to head. That's it. So this is how we add a new node to the linked list when the linked list is empty, when a circular singly linked list is empty, okay. This is how we add a new node to the circular singly linked list when it is empty. So this is the case 1. What is case 2? If you want to add, then if you want to add a new node and this new node is not the first node, so case 2 will come under the else part. Case 1 is the if part, the else part will be case 2. Else this should be done if the list contains at least one node, okay. If the list contains at least one node, then how should we add, okay. Then first what we do in the sense, first we create a pointer traverse. What is traverse? As usual, we create traverse like struct node star traverse, okay, and we say traverse equal to head. It means traverse is pointing where head is pointing. Now it means the linked list contains at least one node. At least one node. It may have more than one node. Minimum it has at least one node, okay. It may have 10 nodes or 20 nodes or 100, that we don't know. But minimum there is one node, that much it is guaranteed, okay. And where the head will point? Head will obviously point to the first node. So say that head is pointing to the first node. And now we say traverse is equal to head, which means that traverse is pointing where head is pointing. So traverse will also be pointing to the first node. Traverse will also be pointing to the first node, okay, right. So then what we do, say the linked list contains 3 nodes, 1, 2, 3, and the new node is, this is the new node, okay. This is what you want to add. Where should we add? We should add at the end of the list. Let us say this new node is referred as temp. Let us say this new node is referred as temp, okay. Then how will you add this new node? Let us assume all this temp, all these already created. I'm not, because those are repeated codes, right? It is same as that of how you create a node in either in a single linked list or doubly linked list. So currently I'm not showing up the code, okay. I'll show you later, right? So assume traverse is pointing to the first node and the linked list contains 3 nodes, and temp is pointing to the new node which is just now created. Now the new node should be added after the last node, okay. And currently this last node is pointing to the first node because it's a circular linked list, okay. So what should we do now? So we should first move to the last node. So what we do, while traverse arrow next not equal to head. So you can see here the logic is while traverse arrow next not equal to head, it is not equal to null, because none of the nodes next will be equal to null, okay. The last nodes next will be equal to head, that is it will point where head is pointing. So while traverse arrow next not equal to head, what we do, traverse equal to traverse arrow next. Initially traverse is pointing to the first node. Is its next is equal to null? No. So traverse, sorry, is it next is equal to head? No. So traverse will now point here. Okay. Again you check, traverse is now pointing to node 2. Is its next is head? No, its next is node 3. So again traverse will point to node 3. Okay. Then once again it checks whether node 3 is next is equal to head. Yes, node 3 is next is equal to head. It is pointing where head is pointing. Head is pointing to the first node. Node 3 is next is also pointing to the first node. So it will come out. Okay, after coming out, what should we do? Now traverse is pointing to the third node. So that node's traverse arrow next equal to temp. It means that third node, currently traverse is pointing to third node. So traverse next now will point to node 4. Okay, node 4, which is temp, right? Then you can write temp arrow next equal to head. What is temp arrow next? This. So this will point to where head is pointing. Where is that? That is first node. So now this will become the last node of the linked list. Okay. I have given this in comment line because in the actual program we may also do this while creating the node itself. Okay, that I'll show you in that actual code. Okay. So this is how we add a new node to the linked list. So there we are discussing this under two cases. One is adding the new node in an empty list, and the second is adding the new node if the linked list contains at least one node. Okay. Now let me show you the actual code. So you can see here. So this is how we create a structure. I mean, we define the node as usual. Okay. Initially we create head. Let us make this head to point to null. Okay, because it should point to null, so that you can say that whether the linked list is empty or not, right? Okay, and this is the logic for adding a node. So this function will add a new node. A new node will be added to the end of the linked list. Okay, and the new node will be created with the data part value as x, right? So first few lines are similar to the normal singly linked list and doubly linked list. We are creating two pointers for structure node, temp and traverse. Temp is for creating a new node. So you are creating a new node using malloc, and that new node is being pointed by temp. And then we say temp arrow data is x. That is temp, that new node's data part is assigned with x. Okay, then here we say that if head is not equal to null, then we say that temp arrow next is equal to head. What does it mean? Why we are doing this? If head is not equal to null, it means that at least there is one node in the linked list. Okay. If head is not equal to null means the list is not empty. It just means that the linked list is not empty. It means that what? The linked list is not empty. If linked list is not empty, then it means that at least there is one node. Before adding this node, before I am not talking about this new node temp, before adding this new node, at least there is some one node or two node, some node is there. We can assure that the linked list is not empty. If that is the case, then what you can do is you can straight away assign temp arrow next is equal to head, which means that head is not pointing to null, means it means that head is pointing to the first node. If head is pointing to the first node, then you can say that the last node's next temp, whatever the new node we are creating, that will be added as the last node, right? So the last node's next should point to head. So you can directly assign that to head. Okay, so that is what we are doing here. And this is the logic if this node is the first node. If previously if the list is empty, okay, if the linked list is empty and this temp is the first node, if temp is the first node, that is the node where temp is pointing, that is the first node, then do this. What should you do? Head is equal to temp. In that case, previously head is pointing to null, so make head to point to temp. Okay, that is head will point to the new node. Okay, and temp arrow next is equal to head. Okay, that is what is temp arrow next? Temp head is pointing to the temp, that is the first node. temp arrow next. Temp is the new node that we added, and its next will point to head. Okay. Else, if this is not the case, else it means already there are few nodes in the linked list. In that case, what we are doing, traverse equal to head. This is the another pointer. So now traverse will point to the first node. Then what we say, while traverse arrow next not equal to head, traverse equal to traverse arrow next. So this statement, what it will ensure, it will make sure that the traverse pointer is moved to the last node. After moving to the last node, we say traverse arrow next equal to temp. Okay, traverse arrow next equal to temp. Okay, so what is traverse? Traverse is the previous last node. Now that previous last node's next is pointing to temp. Now temp is the last node. So actually you have to say temp arrow next is equal to head. Okay, but this statement is not required. This statement is not required because already we are adding this here. Because here we say if head not equal to null, then temp arrow next equal to head. The moment we created the node, we made it already pointing to head. So already it is pointing to head. Okay, so you need not do this. Okay, right? So that's it, the logic for for adding a node to the end of the list, right? Okay. Next, let us discuss about insertion. How do we insert a node after a particular node? How do we insert a new node after a particular node? Again, here also there are two cases. One is inserting after the first node. One is inserting after the first node, and the other one is inserting after any other nodes. Okay. Actually, why should we specially consider inserting after first node in the sense? Inserting after first node generally is not a problem. Inserting after first node generally is not a problem. But if the linked list contains only one node, and immediately after that if you want to insert, then it will become a problem. That is, you cannot write a common logic for inserting after the first node, and if the linked list contains only one node, and inserting anywhere else. Okay, are you getting? If the linked list contains many nodes, and if you want to insert after first node, that may not be an issue. That will not be an issue. But if the linked list contains only one node, now if you want to insert after the first node, then the logic will slightly differ. Okay, or what you can say, the logic may not differ, but implementing the logic, for implementing the logic we face some issues. Okay, I'll tell the issues. Assume that, so the case one is mainly with respect to what, in the sense the linked list contains only one node. Okay, and after that node you want to insert, so the linked list, the first node's data part contains the value 10. So head is pointing to the first node, the linked list has only one node, so this node's next is pointing to itself, right? Okay, this node's next is pointing to itself. Okay. Now why we cannot write a common logic, in the sense, if you write a common logic, we should start like this. What should we start? We will always have a pointer traverse. Okay, so we should start like traverse equal to head, right? We should start like traverse equal to head. Okay, and then what should you say? You should say that if traverse not equal to head, then do so. Then check whether the node's data part is equal to so and so. All those things will come. If traverse not equal to it, then check if traverse arrow data, right? If traverse arrow data equal to, if traverse arrow data not equal to after val, okay, not equal to after val, so on and so forth. I'm not telling you the logic. You know the logic. This logic I think you are familiar. But this is how normally we identify the node after which we want to insert. Okay, then we say traverse equal to traverse arrow next. But here the problem is, you cannot do this for the first node if traverse not equal to head, because for the first node we say traverse equal to head, which means traverse is pointing where head is pointing. It means traverse is pointing where head is pointing. Okay. So actually traverse is equal to head. So how will you write whether traverse not equal to head? For all other nodes, that condition will satisfy. Second node, if it is a second node, in that case, when the traverse is moved there, okay, traverse will not be equal to head, but that will not be satisfied for the first case. Okay, so that is the reason why you cannot have a common logic for inserting after any node. Okay, so we should have a different logic, one for inserting after the first node and one for inserting after any other nodes. Okay, but especially this logic is for what, in the sense it is for inserting after the first node if the linked list contains only one node. Okay, right. So with this understanding, let us go through this logic. Okay, so what we do, if traverse arrow data is equal to val, so what is traverse, you may ask. Traverse is pointing to the first node. Okay, that is traverse is pointing where head is pointing. So traverse is pointing to the first node and temp is the new node. So let us assume there is only one node. Okay, so head is pointing to this node, head is pointing to this node, traverse is also pointing to this node, traverse is also pointing to this node. Okay, and this node's next is also pointing to this node. Okay, say its value is 10. Okay, so a value is also 10, let us assume. So traverse is pointing to this node, traverse arrow data is equal to a value. Yes, it is equal. Traverse arrow data is what? 10. 10 is equal to a value. Now what should we do? There is a new node which is already created, and that new node we call it as what? We call it as temp. That new node is called as temp. Okay, let us assume that the new node contains the value 11. So this node should come after this node 10. Okay, so now how it will be inserted? Temp arrow next is equal to traverse arrow next. Okay, so we say temp arrow next equal to traverse arrow next. So what does it mean? It means temp arrow next will point wherever traverse arrow next is pointing. Where traverse arrow next is pointing, you can see here. In this case, traverse arrow next is pointing to head. Okay, so temp, that is to the first node. So temp arrow next also will point to the first node. Okay, right. So now first nodes next also pointing to the first node, and these new nodes next is also pointing to the first node. Then what we say, traverse arrow next is equal to temp. Okay, so this is traverse arrow next. So now this link will be broken. This is no more pointing to itself, rather now it is pointing to the temp. Okay, so now this become the first node and this become the second node. Second node's next is pointing to null. Okay, so you may ask, why here we are here instead also we can write temp arrow next equal to head. You may ask like that, but why we are doing like this? In the sense, see, there is no guarantee whether this is the only node in the list. Assume there is another node in the list. Assume already there is another node in the linked list. Okay, assume already there is another node in the linked list. Say here there is a node, let us say that node is 12. That node is what? Node 12. Okay, node 12. Okay, and now 12's next is pointing to first node. Okay, but we want to insert 10 after 11. We want to insert 10 after 11. Okay, so we identified the node 10. Traverse is pointing to temp. Now what should you do? Temp arrow next is equal to traverse arrow next. So now temp's next should point where traverse next is pointing. Now traverse next is pointing to 12. So temp's next should point here. Is it clear? Is it clear? So this is the reason why we are not directly writing temp arrow next equal to head. Okay, and then what else? Traverse arrow next is equal to temp. That is this is traverse. Its next will point to temp. So it means this is disabled. Okay, right? So this, if you write like this, it will work for both the cases. That is whether the first node is the only node in the list. In that case, in that case the new nodes next will point to head. Okay, if the if the if there are other nodes in the list beyond the first node, then the new nodes next will point to the whatever the next node. Okay, so that is the reason we are writing like this, right? I think it's clear. So this is the case 1, that is adding a new node immediately after the first node. Okay, if you want to add anywhere else, then what should you do? Assume we want to add somewhere else. Say already the list contains some 3-4 nodes. Say I want to add after the third node. So this is the third node. Okay, so say after third node already there is fourth node is there, and fourth nodes next is pointing to first node. Okay, so all other parameters are same. Head is pointing to the first node, head is pointing to the first node. Okay, head is pointing to the first node, traverse is pointing to the first node. Initially traverse is also pointing to the first node. Okay, right, and a new node is created, and new node is getting pointed by temp. New node is being pointed by temp, and say the data port of the first node is 1, second is 2, third is 3. Say the fourth node's data port is 5 for our convenience. Say the new node that we want to add, that has a data port 4. So node 4 should come in between node 3 and 5. That is what our objective. Okay, so this is what the data port of node 3. Okay, so what we do, see the logic, traverse equal to traverse arrow next. First, that is what we are doing. Initially where traverse is pointing to the first node. Okay, so now this is else part, right? Previous one is if part. So the previous part is for adding immediately after the first node. Now we know that we are not going to add after the first node, because this is case 2. Case 2 means you are not going to add after the first node. You are going to add after second node or third node or any other node, but not first node. So you are moving the traverse to point to the next node. I think it's clear. I think it makes sense, because only in the first node, only in this if case, traverse should point to the first node. If this is not satisfied, then it means that we don't want to add a new node after the first node. We want to add somewhere else. So first we are making traverse to point to the second node. Okay, so that is what this statement does. When you say traverse equal to traverse arrow next, now traverse points to the second node. Okay, then what we do, while traverse not equal to head, is traverse equal to head? No, traverse is equal to second node. So it will come inside the loop. Then what we do, if traverse arrow data is equal to val, so data is 2, let us assume a val is 3. So sorry, it is not equal, it is not equal. Okay, if it is not equal to a val, if traverse arrow data not equal to a val, it is not equal, right? If it is not equal to a val, then traverse equal to traverse arrow next. Okay, if traverse arrow data not equal to a val, then traverse equal to traverse arrow next. So again it is not equal, so again traverse will point to the next node, that is traverse will point to node 3. Okay, then again we check whether traverse equal to head. No, traverse equal to 3, it is not equal to head. So now what is traverse arrow data? 3. Is it not equal to a val? A val is also 3, it's equal. So then break means it comes out. So this logic you know, because it may come out of while loop for 2 reasons. Either it has found the node, or it has not found the node and it has reached the last node. Here the condition for last node is what? Last nodes next will be head. Okay, so we are saying traverse until traverse not equal to head. Okay, after coming out we check if traverse equal to head. After coming out we check if traverse equal to head. If traverse equal to head, it means that you have gone through the entire list, but you are unable to find a node with the particular a val. So it means that you have to say that no such node with the data port so and so and exit. If that is not the case, then it means you found the node. In our case, we found the node. Traverse is this particular node, after which we want to add the new node. So what should be the logic? What should be the logic? So the logic is uh, temp arrow next is equal to traverse arrow next. Okay, what is temp arrow next? This is temp arrow next, which is equal to traverse arrow next. What is traverse arrow next? This is traverse, right? It's arrow next. So now node 4 is no, next. Node 4, sorry, temps next is pointing where traverse next is pointing. That is node 4 is pointing to node 5. Node 3 also still pointing to node 5. Okay. This is, don't consider this. This is wrong. Okay. Then traverse arrow next is equal to temp. What is traverse arrow next? This is equal to temp. Okay, now traverse arrow next is not pointing to node 5, rather it is pointing to temp. That's it. So this is how we insert the new node after a specific node, right? Okay. So there are two cases which we have discussed. Now let us see the code. So you can see this is the function insert. We want to insert a new node with value nval after the node with value aval. Okay. So we created the pointer temp and traverse. Temp is allocated some space and its data part is assigned with nval. Okay. And then traverse is pointing to head, that is traverse is pointing to first node. We check first if traverse equal to null. If traverse equal to, when traverse will be null, if head is null, it means the linked list is empty. So we say that the linked list is empty. You can add nodes through add node. This is not for adding node, this is only for inserting. That is first case. Otherwise, this is if the list is empty. Otherwise, we come for checking the first case. If traverse arrow data is equal to aval, that is the first node's data is equal to aval. If that is the case, then temp arrow next is equal to traverse arrow next. Temp is the new node. So new nodes next will point to wherever first nodes next is pointing. If first nodes next is pointing to the second node, then the new nodes next will point to second node. If first nodes next is pointing to itself, that is if there is only one node, then the new nodes next will point to first node. Okay. Then traverse arrow next is equal to temp. That is first nodes next will point to the new node. Okay. So this first statement, what it does, it makes the new nodes next to point to either second node or to itself or to first node. Okay. It makes the new nodes next to point to either the next node, I mean the previous second node, which is the current third node. It will make the new nodes next to point to the third node if there are already more than one nodes. Okay. Otherwise, it will make the new nodes next to point to the first node. Okay. And this statement will make the first nodes next to point to the new node, right? So this is the part which will be executed if you want to add the node immediately after the first node. If that is not the case, then this part will execute. It is same as what we have discussed in the slide. First make traverse to point to the second node, then as long as traverse not equal to head, keep doing this while traverse not equal to while traverse arrow data not equal to aval, traverse equal to traverse arrow next. Okay. Else break, and finally if you come out of the loop, you have to check if traverse equal to head. If traverse equal to head, it means that you have traversed through the entire list, but you are unable to find a node with the data part aval. Otherwise, do this operation, that is temp arrow next is equal to traverse arrow next. Temp is the new node. Okay, new nodes next will point to previously where the node after which you want to insert, that nodes next is pointing. Okay. And the node after which you want to insert that nodes next will point to temp, which is the new node, right? Okay, fine. So this is how we insert a node to the linked list, right? Insert a node to a circular singly linked list. Next, deletion. Again, deletion also will be discussing under two cases: deleting the first node and deleting any other node. Okay. So the case one is deleting the first node. If you want to delete the first node, okay, then what you should do is you check So the traverse will point to the first node. The assumption is traverse is pointing to head. That is traverse is pointing to head. Head is pointing to the first node. Okay. That is traverse is pointing wherever head is pointing. So traverse is pointing to the first node. So if traverse arrow data is equal to x, x is the node. I mean x is the data point of the node which you want to delete. If that is the case, okay. If that is the case, it means that first node you want to delete. If you want to delete the first node, okay, if you want to delete the first node, then where the head should point to the second node. So the simple logic is head is equal to head arrow next. Okay, where the head should point to the second node. That is head is equal to head arrow next. Okay, but before that you should check one thing. If the linked list contains only one node, say the linked list contains only one node, okay, and that node is pointing to itself, head is also pointing here, okay, let I call it as T, H, and traverse also pointing here. Now this is there is only one node, okay, and that node data point is 10 and x is also 10, and you want to delete that node. If that is the case, where head should point? If that is the case, head should point to null. After deleting this, head should point to null. Okay, so we check here if traverse arrow next is equal to head. How do you know whether this is the first node? If its next is equal to head, that is if it is pointing where head is pointing, then it means that this is the only node. In that case, we say head is equal to null. Otherwise, it means there is some other node here. It means there is some other node here, and the first node's next is pointing here. Okay, and maybe the last node, whatever the last node, that's next will point to first node. In that case, we can just make head to point to that particular node. Okay, fine. So that is the logic for deleting the first node. Okay, fine. If you want to delete any other node, then the else part. So this is the else part. So this logic is quite similar to the insert logic. Again, you say traverse equal to traverse arrow next. So let us assume we want to delete the third node. Say the linked list contains 4 nodes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4. And the fourth node's next is pointing to the first node. Okay, first node. Head is pointing to the first node. Head is pointing to the first node. Traverse is pointing to the first node. Okay. Traverse is pointing to the first node. Okay. Fine. This is the data point 1, 2, 3, 4. Say we want to delete the third node, the node whose data point is equal to 3. So first what we do, traverse equal to traverse arrow next. Initially traverse is pointing to first node, but you say traverse equal to traverse arrow next. It means traverse will now point to second node. It's no more pointing to the first node, it's pointing to the second node. Then what we do, if traverse arrow data not equal to x, what is x? X is 3. 3 is the one we want to delete. The node with data point 3, that is what we want to delete. So is traverse arrow data is 3? No, it is 2. So yes, it is not equal to x. Okay, it's not equal. It is not equal. So true. So what we do? Previous equal to traverse and traverse equal to traverse arrow next. So we maintain another pointer previous. So here we maintain another pointer previous. So previous will point to now where traverse is pointing. So where traverse is pointing to the second node. So previous will point here. Okay, and then traverse is equal to traverse arrow next. So it means that no more traverse point here. Now traverse will point to third node. Traverse will point to third node. Okay. Again we go back here and check, is traverse not equal to head? Yes, traverse is not equal to head. Traverse is equal to node 3. During first also it will check. First also traverse, when traverse is pointing to the second node also it checks that. Okay, right? Yes, traverse is not equal to head. It is equal to node 3. Then again we check if traverse arrow data. Now what is traverse arrow data? 3. Is it not equal to x? No, it's equal to x. So break. So it comes out. After coming out, you check whether traverse equal to head. as usual for insert. If traverse equal to head, it means that we are unable to find a node which is to be deleted. So we say there is no such node with data port X and quit. Otherwise, we have to delete node 3. So how will you delete? Just make previous arrow next is equal to traverse arrow next. What is previous? This. So previous arrow next is this. Okay, that will be equal to what? Traverse arrow next. Traverse is that node 3. Okay, so that arrow next, that's it. So now node 2 is pointing directly to node 4 and node 4 is pointing to first node, that's it. Okay, after that at last you can write what? Free of traverse. You can write free of traverse, right? So that is the logic for deleting a node. Okay, so let us see the code. So delete, so this function is to delete a node whose data part contains X. So we create this pointer traverse previous. Traverse is pointing to the first node, that is it is pointing wherever head is pointing. First we check whether the linked list is empty or not. You can check it by comparing either head is equal to null or traverse equal to null. Then we say the linked list is empty. Then we want to do first case is deleting the first node. Okay, if traverse arrow data is equal to X, initially traverse is pointing to first node. If the data is equal to X, then we check whether traverse arrow next is equal to head. That is, if the linked list contains only one node, then we make head is equal to null. Otherwise, we make head to point to the second node. Head is equal to head arrow next. That's it. Else, if you want to delete some other node other than the first node, then this is the logic which we have just discussed in the PPT, right? Okay. So finally here you can say free of traverse, which is applicable for both if and else case. So here also you can see traverse is pointing to the node that is to be deleted. Here also traverse is pointing to the node that is to be deleted. So at last what you can do is free of traverse, which will free the memory for traverse, right? Okay. So the next logic that we will be discussing is displaying the contents of a circular linked list. Okay. So this is the core logic to display. You can display only if head is not equal to null. If head is equal to null, it means that the linked list is empty. Okay, then you can just display head is equal to null, that's it. Otherwise, you do this. What? First we print the data part of the first node. Printf %d traverse arrow data. Traverse is pointing to the first node. Okay, traverse is pointing to the first node. First we display the data part of the first node. Then we say, so let us assume this is the linked list. Say for a simple case, let us assume 3 nodes are there. Just 3 nodes are there. Just 3 nodes are there. So the third nodes next is pointing to the first node. Okay, so these are the nodes 1, 2 and 3. Okay, head is pointing to the first node. Head is pointing to the first node. Traverse is also pointing to the first node. Traverse is also pointing to the first node. Okay, so first word statement, while if head not equal to null, yes, head is not equal to null, head is pointing to first node. Printf %d traverse arrow data. Traverse is also pointing where head is pointing. Okay, so here let us assume the statement is there. Traverse is equal to traverse is equal to head. Okay, this statement is here. Traverse is equal to head. Okay, fine. So printf %d traverse arrow data means it will print 1, right? 1, and also it will print this arrow. Okay. Then traverse equal to traverse arrow next. It means traverse is no more pointing to the first node. Traverse is pointing to the second node. Okay. Then what we do? While traverse not equal to head, is traverse equal to head? No. Traverse equal to node 2. Printf %d traverse arrow data. What is the data? 2. So again 2 and the arrow mark will be displayed. Then again traverse equal to traverse arrow next. So no more traverse is pointing here. Traverse is now pointing to node 3. Again you check while traverse not equal to null. Yes, traverse not equal to head. Yes, traverse not equal to head, it is equal to node 3. So again print traverse arrow data, that is 3 and an arrow mark. Then once again traverse equal to traverse arrow next. So now what will happen, traverse is no more pointing to node 3, it is pointing to now node 3 is next is what? That is first node, it is pointing to first node. Okay. Again it come back here and check, while traverse not equal to head, no, traverse is equal to head. As traverse is equal to head, it will, the loop will break and it will come out. Okay. After coming out, what it will display? Printf head. Because node 3 is pointing where? Node 3 is pointing to head. Okay. So this is the logic for displaying. So let me show the code here. So while display, we create one pointer traverse and traverse is pointing to head. First we display head equal to, okay, head arrow. Because every first node is pointed by head, right? So we say head arrow. But we don't know whether there is one node or not. So we are not saying anything, just we say head arrow. Okay. If head not equal to null, then we do all these things, whatever we discussed in the PPT. Else, printf null. What is null? The else means what? Else means if head is equal to null. If head is equal to null, then there is no nodes in the linked list. In that case, head will point to null. So it will display head arrow null. Okay. If head is not equal to null, then first we display the data part of the first node. Then we make traverse to point to the second node. Then as long as traverse is not equal to head, we display that particular node data part and we make traverse to point to the next node. Okay, this process continues. So all the nodes data part will be displayed. Okay, finally when traverse becomes equal to head, we come out and we display head, because last nodes next also will point to head. Right? So this is the logic for displaying the nodes of a circular singly linked list. Okay. Next, counting the nodes. So here we are introducing one more function, which is to count the number of nodes in a circular singly linked list. Okay. So the logic is pretty simple. So first what we do is, first we make traverse to point to head, that is traverse is pointing to the first node. Then we check if head is equal to null. If head is null, it means that the linked list is empty. So we simply say count is 0. Okay. Else, the else part will execute at least if there is one node. Okay. Otherwise the control will not come to the else part. So if the control comes to the else part, minimum one thing is guaranteed, at least there is one node. So we make count is equal to 1. Okay. We confidently make count is equal to 1, because we know that minimum there is one node, right? Because head is not equal to null. Okay. And then we make traverse to point to the next node. So now traverse is pointing to the second node. Now traverse is pointing to the second node. Okay. Right. But here let us assume that the linked list contains only one node. In that case, what will happen? This nodes next will point to first node. Okay. Head is pointing here. Head is also pointing here. Traverse is also pointing here. Okay. So now what you do, what you have made, traverse equal to traverse arrow next. It means traverse arrow next is also same. Traverse arrow next is nothing but the first node only. So traverse is pointing to still to the first node only after making this statement also. So then what we are doing, while traverse not equal to head, but actually traverse is equal to head, traverse is pointing where head is pointing. So it will come out. It will come out and it will return count. But what is count? Already we made count as 1. So one node it returns correctly. Okay. This is the case if there is only one node. If there is more than one node, let us assume in a simple case, let us assume there are 3 nodes. So this is the first node, and that first node is pointing to second node is pointing to third node. Okay. Second node is pointing to third node. The third node's next is pointing to the first node. Okay. So now again the else part comes, we made count is equal to 1. Now we say traverse equal to traverse arrow next. Now when you say traverse equal to traverse arrow next, it is traverse is pointing to this node. Okay, no more traverse is pointing here, right? So this is 1, 2 and 3. Okay, right? So again we check while traverse not equal to head. Yes, traverse is not equal to head, traverse is equal to 2. So count plus plus. So count becomes what? 2. Again traverse equal to traverse arrow next. So no more traverse points to node 2, traverse point to node 3. Again we check while traverse not equal to null. Is traverse not equal to null? Sorry, while traverse not equal to head. Is traverse not equal to head? It is equal to node 3. Then count plus plus. So count becomes 3. Then again traverse equal to traverse arrow next. What is traverse arrow next? Now first node. Third nodes next is first. So no more traverse is pointing here. Again traverse is pointing to the first node, that is where our head points. Now we go back here and check while traverse not equal to head. But traverse is equal to head. So it will come out and return count. Now what is count? 3. Right? So this will work for all the cases. Okay. So this is how we count the nodes. Right? And this is the main function we are displaying. So we are creating a variable I. Okay. First we display. First without creating any nodes we are displaying. Okay. So what it will display? It will display head arrow null. Okay. It will just display head, because you have a head pointer but head is not pointing anywhere. Head is pointing to null. So it will just display like this when you do this. Okay. Then what we are doing? Printf number of nodes, count nodes. Printf number of nodes %d count nodes. We are calling the function count nodes, which will return the number of nodes. I will show you the function count nodes meanwhile. So this is the function count nodes. Whatever we have discussed in the PPT. So this is traverse count. Traverse is equal to head. Okay. So we are creating a pointer traverse, and we are creating a variable count. Traverse is initially pointing where head is pointing, that is traverse is pointing to the first node. If head is null, then count will be 0, else whatever we discussed in the PPT. And finally this function returns count. Okay. So that's what here we are using. Printf number of nodes %d count nodes. So as of now there are no nodes, 0 nodes. So it will display number of nodes as 0. Then we are running this for loop for 0 to 10, and we are saying add node of I plus 1. So that will add one node. Okay. But like this we are keep adding the nodes. Like this we are keep adding the nodes. But here I am doing something just for understanding what is happening. If I plus 1 modulo 3 is equal to 0, that is after adding every 3 nodes. After adding first 3 nodes, then 6 nodes, then 9 nodes, after adding every 3 nodes, we are calling the display function. Okay, which will display the number of nodes. And like 1 is pointing to head is pointing to 1 head, 1 is pointing to 2, 2 is pointing to 3, 3 is pointing to head. Okay. After adding 6 nodes, it will show head is pointing to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to head. Okay, like that. Then it also displays the number of nodes. After adding 3 nodes, it will say 3 nodes. After adding 6 nodes, it will say 6 nodes. After adding 9 nodes, it will say 9 nodes. After coming out of the loop also, we are calling display. So now it will display 10 nodes. Head to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, so on and so forth up to 10. And again 10 to head. And number of nodes, now it will say 10. Okay. Then we are inserting a node 67 after the node 6. Again we are calling 6 display. So it will display head to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, so on and so forth, up to 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to 7. That is 6 next will point, 6 nodes next will point to 67, and 67's next will point to 7. Okay. Again we display the number of nodes. It will be 11. Then we delete the node 3 and we display. Okay. So after node 2 it will be node 4. Okay, node 3 is removed, right? And again we display the count. So again count will be 10. Okay. So this is how the output looks like. Initially without adding any nodes we are calling display. So it shows head is null. Number of nodes 0. Okay. Then inside the for loop, after adding 3 nodes we do this. Head points to 1, 1 points to 2, 2 points to 3. Again 3 points to head. Number of nodes is 3. Then this is after adding 6 nodes. Head points to 1, 1 points to 2, 2's next points to 3, 3's next point to 4, 4's next point to 5, 5's next point to 6, 6 next point to head. Number of nodes is 6. This is after adding 9 nodes. This is after adding 10 nodes. This is after inserting 67. Okay, here it is inserted wrongly. Now I'll show you the code. It's supposed to be inserted here. Okay, yeah, we have changed the logic, right? There it was equal to, if you remember, it was equal to, it should be actually not equal to that, it changed. Okay, maybe because of that, right? And then it shows 11, and this is for deleting the node 3. So after deleting the node 3, uh, yeah, let us now execute the code. Okay, so let me open so I think there is in insert we have to make a slight change. Yeah, if traverse arrow data, where is that? If traverse arrow data not equal to val, yeah, it's already changed. I have made change in the notepad, no, the same file. Okay, so let me compile. Oh, there are some changes not reflected. Line 15, line 16. Okay, so here there is a spelling mistake. STRUCT. Let me clear the screen. Compile again. Dot slash CS. CS stands for circular singly linked list. CS underscore list. So you can see here after node 6, 67 is inserted. Okay, now it's working correctly, right? And after node 3 we are deleting, so after 2 it is pointing to 4, right? Okay, so that's it about this topic, circular singly linked list. Okay, fine. So you should practice all these programs, right? You can try to implement doubly circular singly linked list by yourself. Okay, fine. Thank you.